Sup guys, and welcome to another... No, this is actually a first kind of video, and it's not good news. See, bad stuff happens to YouTubers too. So I'm going in this blind. I'm going to try to not cut anything out, but a lot of you did not know that I actually do have a brother. Not immediate, but half brother. So it's half. It's half. And first of all, let me give you a little background. The quirky dude. Yeah, he's white. He's white. No one can tell me that that boy ain't white. He's white. He's white. So if I can date all the way back, this dude was quite a troublemaker. I mean, because I was directly next to the dude a lot when I was in high school and in middle school and all that. I was directly next to him, like, seeing what he was doing. He was a troublemaker. He'd lie sometimes. He'd do a lot. He was a very weird dude. He had nappy hair. Like, if you can imagine a white person with a fro and it was nappy, that's him. I don't know if I should reveal his name. I'll do it later if I feel like it. But he was very kind of, I guess that's the best way I could put it, kind of quirky, if that's the right term for it. Yeah, he would get into a lot of stuff, and I do remember all the like Christmases and how like other family members would get 20 to 30 presents each, and I get 2, and there were draws. I got draws, and everyone else got toys and cool stuffs. Like, that wasn't cool, and he was part of that too. So yeah, I visited and all that. So, and I remember taking a lot of pictures of him. Like, he was, like, I think it was like, I think I have a picture of him. I don't know if I should put it up, but I do have a picture of him, and he was like really nerdy. I told him to act white. He did a good job. Bravo. You know, 10 out of 10 IGN. I did do a lot of visiting in high school. This was before I started YouTube or anything like that. This was way before it, and I used to visit there a lot. This was with the beginnings of S4, like the beginnings. So yeah, and then I just continued visiting, and you know, we play a lot of Naruto. We play a lot of that. That was very good. I won't deny you on that. That's still. If you guys paid attention to the gameplay, you'll know what game that is and how no one can beat me in it ever. He won a couple games like Soul Calibur, which I forgot which one. Soul Calibur 2, 3. I don't know. Okay, but yeah. Lots of games, very quirky, and still a bit of a troublemaker. And yeah. So, now that you know a little bit about him, as the years went on, you know, I continued doing my own thing, and he continued doing his own thing. And I'm trying not to reveal too much information. You know, privacy is important. But over the years, things for him got darker, as in not the good dark, very bad dark, not turning off the lights to go sleep, like very bad dark. And I'm trying to keep this as like that's how my dad remembers him, as mellow. So I'm trying to keep this as mellow as I can, but humorous at the same time. So this way there's not, well, there's not. So over the years he started going dark. Saw him take his first drink. First it was wine, then it was beer. Next thing you know, maybe it was 6 months to a year later, when I visited again, it was smoking. And, when I went to go stay with other family members, I'm just skipping chapters because, you know, he was a hard-headed boy. As he grew older, that was it. He also he had a child too, so that was pretty awesome, you know. Probably not the best timing, but still, he had a child, and most recently he has one on the way. He has one on the way, so that's also awesome. I don't know if it's born yet, so I don't know. So he has one on the way, so that's pretty awesome. The small one, if you can imagine someone that is like him but has no curly afro hair or nappy hair, it's just smooth silky hair, but he still is as hard-headed as ever. That's his baby. Or at least I think it was. It goes in deeper than that, but I won't even dwell on it. And as the years grew on, these things started becoming like more and more, and it started to consume him. And when I left, because I couldn't take that anymore, I couldn't take the just alcohol smoking. It's like when I was there, my room was the only sanitized and non-affected place ever. Like, it was, you could breathe there, versus outside too. Like, you could breathe there. And then it just got too much for me. So ended up going with other family members, and then as the years continued, he has a Facebook, so I think, yeah, he does. That's probably where I'm getting all these photos from. So it's probably it. But to cut to the, because I feel like YouTube here is like a medium to where I can speak to all of you about what's going on in my life. Not just games, not just happy times, you know, not everything that just provides you a smile, but I think this is a medium in which we can communicate, and not just a way for us just to get away from it all. Sometimes I feel as though all of you need to know something, and that I need to get something off of my chest. And if you noticed the past couple of videos, they're good, they're freaking awesome, but they weren't as pumped up as expected, because I was finishing them off, and then you can tell like what's going on, or at least I think you guys can tell. Past couple of videos, gaming videos, have just been a little off. So I'm coming I'm like, I'm woken up one day, and it's like early, and I'm like, okay, my dad's got this really weird vibe to him. I have no idea what's going on this day. So we end up going out, and we actually go to some place. I think it was Applebee's. Now, Red Lobster, that place is too expensive. But Applebee's or something like that. And we look at the food because the ice cream shop sucks. But we look at the food, and they actually have a little tablet thing that you can use. That's pretty cool. But he just kept asking, "Are you alright? Are you alright? How you feeling? Are you alright?" I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Why? Why are you so concerned? I think it's okay if I reveal it. I think. It was the first time I ever see my dad break down. He comes over and tosses me some tissues. I'm like, why? Why is he doing that? Rolls over to my seat, and I see my dad broken. March 14th, and I think this will be within the same month, because it took me some time before I could actually upload this and all that. March 14th, 2015. My half-brother, D'Angelo Cashmere, passed away. Dead. And it was I took it as a shock more than anything when I first heard about it, because the last thing I heard about him was that he was, instead of smoking, now he's doing weed. Now he's doing like meth or crack or whichever one. And turns out his body couldn't take it. And I feel like it's still shock for me right now. And I'd rather just put this out there, because I'm at a point to where every time I come home, I'm reminded he's gone. And I want to put this video out there, not to live every day wondering, mourning, anything like that. I just want this to be a timestamp to say that, yeah, something impacted me in my life, but I'm not gonna let it, just halt it and just say, hey, realize what happened every single day. I'm taking this as if, because life happens, but he died, I think, like 26, 27 years old. He didn't even live it yet. He didn't even break the bridge Sure, he got married, he had a kid, another one along the way, but now he's gone. And the last photo I saw of him was on his Facebook. And he looked worn. The drugs, the alcohol, the weed, the smoking, all those things, of course, that they teach you in school, wore him out. And his body couldn't take it. And then, when I got home, you know, now don't get me wrong, let me explain myself, but I felt relief. Relief in the meaning that he got himself so dug in a hole that I'm glad that he doesn't have to deal with that anymore. And all I could do is just hope, pray, whatever I can do. I just feel like I'm powerless right now. I feel like, what should I feel? What should I do? A point in my life where I'm actually kind of indecisive. On what to do when I first got that information. I'm indecisive. Like, how should I approach this? This is one that impacted me, like, literally. He may be half, but he was still there. He was still my brother. And now, you know, because how it was set up was, bet you didn't know I had a sister too. This one is my actual blood, like, she's my sister, not half, just sister. We actually have, like, other siblings, but to just keep in all privacy and all that, I always found it funny that we were born in such weird timing. My brother was born on October 10th, my sister November 9th, and me December 11th. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, all consecutively, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. That's pretty weird. Wait, so 22. So that means he's like 26, 27, yeah. So, I got on here to talk, but I feel like as though I'm just sitting here idly. And, what I do feel like is that I hoped that he lived a life that was worth living. Drugs, alcohol, weed. Sure, take it in moderation. And that's what happened to my brother when he took it in moderation. Don't be stupid. Don't just think, oh, because it rarely happens, it's not gonna happen to me. And I know that sounds very corny. You've heard it a million times. My half-brother, he didn't get to live his life because he did exactly what you were doing. If any of you out there do, weed or drink or anything like that, that is the risk. You're gone. And it's not only a way for me to get this off my chest, but to remind all of you that you are all at risk for the same exact thing. And I want none of you to fall in that same category. But I feel like this is just a motivational speech video than actually about him. So, this video is just tributed to him. You may have went down a dark path, but that doesn't mean the people around you still don't appreciate and love you. And what I mean by love, I mean protect and to provide. If you want to get all technical with it, protect and provide. With or without the inclusion of a religion or not. I'm including it, but to protect and provide. We tried to protect you the best we could. And we provided for you whenever we could. But now I believe we've taken a loss that says, we loved you the best we could. And we can just only hope and we can only pray that something positive happens to you. And I'd rather get this, I'm not used to saying it, but all things applied, I will say it. I love you, D'Angelo Cashmere. And you will always be remembered. I mean, literally, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter now. I mean, can you believe that, bro? I mean, Instagram too. I didn't even know you can get to Instagram. You went to Instagram too. Okay, you're all over the place. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now you're on YouTube. You're making your way up. But I hope this video was a reminder to all of you. Not to just take the dark path, because sometimes there isn't a way out. And you can only be helped so many times. So, as far as the YouTube experience goes, I thank all of you for coming along, for, me telling you about this quirky dude who passed away. And I thank you and I appreciate all of your continued support. And I thought, I think, and I hope that this message truly speaks something to you. I hope some of you see it. You may not see it and you may not even care, but at least to me it means something. And I'd rather just have this out there, not to just continue to mourn after this, but let this be a reminder where we should be and where we can be. And I don't want any of you to feel like you're responsible for anything that happens to your family members or things you couldn't have done. It's going to be okay. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate you guys watching this video. And I will see you and D'Angelo in the next video. Laters.